You're 16, lying on a thin mattress in Sinaloa, Mexico, scrolling TikTok while a ceiling fan rattles overhead. Your father works all day for $5. Your mother scrubs strangers' floors. The holes in your jeans aren't trendy, they're evidence. Poverty got to you first, then the algorithm shows you something else. Boys who look just like you, except they're smiling. Cash fanned on camera. Gold chains flashing, clean sneakers, guns treated like accessories. The caption is simple: security work, good pay, DM for info. Most workers around you barely survive, stuck in informal jobs with no benefits and no future. That path is already waiting. But this video feels like a shortcut. All it takes is one message. You send the DM. The reply comes fast. Bus station. Tomorrow. 10 a.m. Bring nothing. You tell your mother you found a security job. She cries, hugs you. Thanks God. You feel lucky. You're not. At the station, boys and men stand quietly, bonded by the same need. A truck arrives. No explanations. Just get in. Hours later, deep in the mountains, your phone is gone. No signal, no return. The ranch is guarded by armed men. This isn't security. It's a cartel training camp. Leaving isn't an option. Boots, rifle, 3 months of brutal drills. One recruit fumbles a weapon. They shoot him in front of everyone. No one reacts. Then, they force you to cross a final line. Torture, cannibalism, obedience carved into instinct. Refusal means death. When it's over, you're a Halcón, a hawk. A human surveillance camera watching roads, tracking police, reporting movement. You earn 500 pesos a week. The promise was fake. You're not important. You're replaceable. Promotion is simple. Stay alive, stay awake, and don't mess up. Do that long enough, and the real danger begins. Every corner watches you back, and escape becomes a rumor. Level 2. Mula. FedEx with consequences. Eventually, watching isn't enough. They want you moving things. You're a mule now, a barrero. Your job is simple and suicidal. Walk or drive product through checkpoints without knowing what's above you or who you're working for. Knowledge is a liability. If you're caught, you're expendable. Sometimes it's taped under a seat. Sometimes it's packed into a bag. Sometimes it's balloons of cocaine you swallow and pray don't burst inside you. Every trip feels like Russian roulette with better odds of losing. Your first run is a backpack stuffed with meth. The border feels louder, sharper. Your hands shake. Every uniform looks suspicious. If police stop you, it's a decade in prison. If you run, your family disappears. If a balloon leaks, you die choking in minutes. You make it across, no celebration, no bonus, just a nod. Do it again tomorrow. This level chews people up fast. Arrests, deaths, disappearances, turnover so high nobody remembers names. You're not trusted. You're tested. Promotion isn't skill. It's endurance. Don't steal. Don't talk. Don't panic. Survive long enough. Prove you're hard. And maybe they'll stop handing you bags and start handing you guns. Level 3. Sicario. Hitman. They decide you're useful with violence. A rifle replaces the backpack. You're a Sicario now, part of the armed wing. Fear is your currency, and your job is coercion, enforcing obedience through terror. You guard bosses, you collect extortion, you kidnap targets, and you kill. Publicly, brutally, often. Messages matter more than bodies. The pay is insulting. About $25 per kill. A human life price lower than a night out. But payment isn't the incentive anymore. Survival is. Your first kill happens quickly. A rival crossed into the wrong street. Your boss hands you a gun and tells you to handle it. You pull the trigger, the body drops. Your stomach empties itself. The others laugh. They're right. You do get used to it. By your second year, you're leading a small crew, 15 men. Most won't last. Meth keeps you awake for days. Violence becomes routine. You're 18 and already hollow. You sleep with your weapon because leaving isn't possible. If you run, they don't hunt you. They punish your bloodline instead. Promotion here isn't about body count. It's intelligence. Can you plan, coordinate, disappear cleanly, prove you're more than muscle, and they'll give you men to command. Level 4. Teniente, middle management hell. You're no longer pulling triggers first. You're giving orders. As a teniente, you command your own crew of killers. When a plaza boss has a problem, a name comes down the chain. Your responsibility is simple and final. Turn that name into a corpse. You plan everything: targets, timing, weapons, escape routes, safe houses. Precision matters now. Sloppiness attracts attention, and attention gets you buried. You're also management. You keep your men paid, armed, loyal. A disloyal crew doesn't just fail, it sells you out. One weak link can erase you overnight. After an operation, you don't explain. You don't justify. You report one sentence upward. It's done. That discipline is what gets noticed. You're no longer judged on brutality alone. You're evaluated on control, efficiency, reliability. The bosses see it clearly. You don't just manage violence, you manage assets. That's when they move you away from the blood and closer to the money. The real engine of the cartel, logistics. Level 5, Jefe de Logistica, international shipper. Now, you manage the product itself. As Jefe de Logistica, you're the architect of movement. You don't find routes, you invent them. Narco submarines slicing under the ocean, gas tankers with hidden compartments, shipping containers blessed by friendly port workers. You coordinate aircraft from secret airstrips, approve border tunnels, build networks of stash houses across countries. Every driver, every pilot, every courier answers to you. But your most important job has nothing to do with transportation. It's bribery, police, military, customs, politicians. You budget corruption the way corporations budget marketing. A safe window costs millions. Miss one payment, and a $50 million shipment vanishes. If that happens, there's no demotion. There's a funeral. Move billions successfully, and you become indispensable. An earner, a cornerstone of the empire. But success creates its own danger. Cash piles up faster than it can be cleaned. Level 6, Jefe de Plaza, local warlord. Logistics earned you trust. Now you're given territory. A plaza isn't a street corner. It's a revenue engine, border crossings, ports, entire cities. As Jefe de Plaza, you're the governor of crime. Your first task is collecting piso. Everyone pays. Dealers, traffickers, side hustlers, no exceptions. The floor belongs to you. Second, you become gatekeeper. Logistics bosses now report upward. They pay massive fees for passage through your territory. You assign routes, set schedules, guarantee safety. You're powerful and visible. That makes you a target. Rival cartels want your plaza. The military wants your head. Even your own organization watches for weakness. Family threats never disappear. Even at this level, you're not free. Control is maintained through leverage, and blood is the strongest one. Run a plaza cleanly, profitably, without chaos, and the organization considers you ready for something larger, an entire region. Level 7, Jefe Regional, Actual Warlord. You didn't just run your plaza, you dominated it. Profits soared. Rivals collapsed. Shipments never slipped. The Don noticed. As Jefe Regional, you oversee multiple plazas. You don't manage operations anymore, you manage leaders. Plaza bosses answer to you, and your word is law. You decide strategy. New corridor through hostile territory. You plan the war. You allocate sicarios, weapons, money. When bosses clash over routes, you judge. When one underperforms, you replace him or erase him. You're the firewall between the chaos below and the man at the top. You translate vision into action, ambition into violence. Few people ever speak directly to the Don. You're one of them. But even now, you're still employed, still replaceable. There's only one role above you, the throne. Level 8, El Capo, the Hollow Crown. The old Don is gone, arrested, killed, betrayed. It doesn't matter. The chair is empty, and you take it. You are El Capo, the CEO of a criminal empire employing hundreds of thousands. One of the largest employers in the country, built entirely on fear. Your life changes overnight. You become invisible. You don't touch drugs. You don't order hits directly. You don't see cash. Everything is layered, filtered, insulated. On the surface, you're legitimate. Construction companies, ranches, shipping firms, resorts. You donate to schools, sponsor teams, fund campaigns. A philanthropist with blood under the polish. You speak only to your top generals. You negotiate with other capos. Senators, judges, ministers sit quietly on your payroll. You're a billionaire and hunted. Rivals want your crown. The DEA wants you buried in concrete. Your own lieutenants watch for weakness. You climbed every level, survived everything. Now you sit in a mansion, guarded, isolated, knowing tomorrow could be your last. King of a kingdom built on corpses. Was it worth it?